From the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the Class Single A state semifinal. The Hawkinsville Red Devils, number 2 in Class Single A, takes on the number 1 ranked Clinch County Panthers. And good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm John Wilkerson, along with Larry Prather. Larry, we've got the number 1 versus number 2 team in Class Single A. This should be a dandy.
There are a couple of teams that'll be here tomorrow morning that may argue with them, and
sure
they will settle that next week. But right now, we've got a doozy of a game.
Well, let's take a look at the Final Four in Class Single A. Of course, we mentioned Hawkinsville and Clinch County. Tomorrow, Dooley County, probably the best story in Class Single A, takes on Metter. Metter making their return trip to the Georgia Dome. We'll see them Saturday. Larry, let's talk about this Hawkinsville team. It's a team that has a good defense and a great offense, like one that likes to score a lot of points.
When you look at stats, they run the football a lot, but they are capable of passing as well as running.
Well, Elijah Clark's the man.
1,700 yards, 33 touchdown school record. He brought them to the dance. They will ride that house today.
Well, let's hear from Hawkinsville coach Lee Campbell.
Well, we're going to try to run the ball. That's what we've done all year. Try to get the ball in Elijah Clark's hands. He's our leading rusher. But we're going to run the ball, and hopefully we're going to throw when we want to instead of when we need to. But our quarterback, he's a sophomore, Todd Cole. He throws the ball real well, and we have some receivers that catch the ball real well. But we're going to try to run the ball. A little misdirection to counter Clinch's speed on defense. Defensively, we're going to, like everybody, we're going to try to stop the run. Clinch is very explosive. Their quarterback, Joe Lewis Mingo, is a threat every time he touches the ball. So we're going to have to contain him and stop the run and not give up any big plays.
Well, Larry, let's talk about this Clinch County team. They're number 1 for a good reason.
Offense, defense, kicking game. They're exciting. They're explosive.
They are explosive, and let's talk about Lorenzo Kelsall, their running back. He's going to get a lot of carries today.
Leading rusher, leading football player, the heart and soul of the offense. You'll be calling his name a lot today.
All right, let's hear from head coach Cecil Barber.
Well, our offense game plan today is going to try to control the football. We hope we get the ball in good field position to start it off with, but get our tailback established, and we like to run the option out of the I formation, and we also spread it out. But once we get our tailback established, then we can get our quarterback established, we hope, by running the option, and then we hope we can spread them out and throw the football some and keep them guessing. Now, defensively, we're going to start in the 50 front, and we're going to adjust and move a lot of people around, and we'll show you a lot of different looks on defense. We stun a great deal. We cover up our, change our coverage in secondary. And so we try to keep the offensive line or the whole offensive side confused on what kind of defense we're running.
All right, now let's head down to the third member of our crew down the field, and Lisa Weiss. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, guys. Now, you talked about Clinch County's quarterback, Joe Louis Mingo, and what a threat he is on the field. And I was joking around with Coach Cecil Barber, and I said, hey, where have you been hiding this kid? He told me last year Mingo lacked the confidence he needed to carry this team. This summer, Coach Barber pulled Mingo into his office and said, look, we need you. We need you to lead this team back to the Georgia Dome. In his first game of the regular season, Mingo passed for 4 touchdown passes, rushed for over 100 yards, and guys, I guess it's safe to say that Mingo got the confidence he needed to take the Panthers back to the Dome.
Well, I look forward, Larry, to seeing Joe Louis Mingo play.
It's going to be an exciting game.
Well, we got kickoff coming up. Hawkinsville versus Clinch County. Kickoff right after this.
Funding for the broadcast of Georgia High School Association football on GPTV is provided in part by the following corporate partners.
They're talented, tough, and almost perfect. Atlanta IBEW Local 613 supports education in Georgia and educates students through our apprentice program. IBEW Local 613, participating in education for the future of Georgia.
The Georgia Dodge Dealers, proud to provide Dodge vehicles and service for all of Georgia, and proud to support the GHSA and great high school sports programming on GPTV.
South Trust Bank is proud to help sponsor the broadcast of GHSA football on GPTV.
Hello, I'm Bill Lingenfelter, Chief Executive Officer of South Trust Bank in Atlanta. We at South Trust are very pleased to be a partner with Georgia Public Television and the Georgia High School Association to make these games possible. On behalf of South Trust employees across the state, I want to recognize and salute the community, schools, and student athletes involved in these championships. Their sacrifice, dedication, and teamwork are an inspiration to all of us. Thank you, and enjoy the game.
Power this intense takes the power of giving, the power of partnership.
We are the IBEW.
We are Georgia's EMCs.
We are South Trust Bank.
We are the Georgia High School Association.
We value partnerships.
Community.
Teamwork. We value students, and that's why we value Georgia Public Broadcasting.
If you value high school sports programming on GPTV, become a member today. We want you on our team. You're watching GHSA football on GPTV.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. We're getting ready to kick off the Class Single A state semifinal game between Hawkinsville and Clinch County. You take a look at Hawkinsville. They're making their first trip to the Dome. Clinch County was here last year and was upended by the Buford Wolves, but they're back and they want to make a more successful trip this time. Clinch County does.
A lot more calm in the restroom, in the
locker room.
Locker room. We went by, saw Coach Barber. Got told him they came up last night. Clinch County came up last night and spent the night. Got up at 5. Pregame meal. Very relaxed.
Yeah, they were very relaxed when we walked in the locker room. Hawkinsville looked a little tight, and you would understand that. Their first trip to the Dome. They drove up this morning from Hawkinsville, and they ran into a little traffic problem.
Yeah, I had them a little anxious, and you can tell it's new, it's exciting. After the first hit, it'll wear off. They'll settle down and play their game.
That they will, and we're looking forward to this one. The one team in, and let's take a look at how Hawkinsville got here. They defeated Atkinson County pretty handily, Taylor County, and Gordon Lee. That Gordon Lee game was a good one, 14-7.
Every week gets a little tougher.
That's why they call it playoff football, Larry.
Coach Campbell over on the visitors' sideline. First time to be a coach in the Georgia Dome. He visited last year with his brother from Peach County, a defensive assistant.
Well, Clinch is going to kick off. Stephen Hodges will do the honors. Oh, they're ready in Clinch County. They beat Montgomery County and shut out big-time Calvary Baptist. And then that Lincoln County game. That was 0-0 at halftime, Larry, wasn't it?
they were down 6-0 first time they've been behind all season. So they showed a lot of maturity and poise to come back and beat a very good Lincoln County team.
Take a look at Cecil Barber. He gets beat up every time he comes to the Dome. Last year he had that bad knee. This time he's got a bad elbow.
A broken leg, major operation after the season. He spent the whole game upstairs in the press box.
All right, we're getting ready to kick this one off. And we are underway in a little squib kick that Charles Johnson will take. He'll get he's at the 25. No, he won't reach the 25. He's brought down there by number 5, B.J. Richardson. And so Hawkinsville will start out on offense around the 23-yard line.
You heard Coach Barber in pregame talking about attacking on defense. A fourth of their offensive output has come from their defense.
Take a look at Todd Cooley there. Their quarterback, good numbers for Cooley. His job is to get to Clark, though. So he's going to throw, and it's complete at the 26-yard line, just short of the 30-yard line. Dedrick Smith on the catch, and he is gang tackled by Clinch County. Boris Lee in there.
Trying to set up the funnel screen, the tunnel screen, come back inside and try to break it down the middle of the formation.
Take a look at the Hawkinsville offense. A pretty good offensive line. Jackson, Marshall, Dunman, Beck, and Cox your center. And the backfield, we'll be looking at number 5, Elijah Clark, throughout the day. Brown, Spivey, Smith, and Perry are the rest. Perry the tight end. Second down for Hawkinsville. Back to throw.